Good afternoon, YouTube. It's Michelle. It's Monday morning, and I wanted to share the finishing touches that I put on my mailer envelope journal that I finished on Friday. Just needed a couple of tweaks and wanted to share. Also for a new group that I'm a part of, and that's the EVG Busy Bees. So that's the EVG is for Ephemera's Vintage Garden. So I wanted to show you Hello Autumn. This is number 3 of 6 mailer journal covers that I completed using Mod Podge and a napkin. And I went to town and did up 5 6x9 and then 1 9x12 mailer. And this is the top half of the larger mailer envelope. The bottom half I finished for Finish It Friday last month, and I had already put the lace on, the knob was on, I put on a couple of pockets on the inside, and had even punched the holes and put eyelets for signatures once I got them done. But it just sat in my PhD pile, my projects half done, until last Friday. So wanted to give you a quick share of my little journal. So again, it's called Hello Autumn, and the journal features, I wrote this down so I wouldn't be long-winded. It's a 6x9 mailer journal. The collection used is Ephemera's Vintage Garden Summer's Inn. There are 2 signatures that have been pamphlet stitched in, and then one signature, the third signature, has a Faldori elastic band so that that whole signature can come out. There are 11 pockets and tuck spots. And again, most of the embellishments and ephemera come from Summer's End or from Ephemera's Vintage Garden freebies. So let's take a share. Here's the outside of the album. I've added, these are cutouts from the Summer's End collection, and then I used a little flower punch that I had and punched 3 flowers per each one of these flowers and finished them off with some little button centers. On the side here I have lace and rosette covering. There are 7 holes, and originally I only needed 5 and wasn't sure what I was going to do with the 2 extras, but I used them to put the elastic in for the 3rd signature. And the back is plain. I love that Mod Podge and the napkin, so I made several of these mailers. If you have not been following me, I made a total of 6. 1 flew away to New York. Fellow scrapper in New York asked to have one to embellish, so I sent one to New York, and then with Finish It Friday I completed 3, and so I have 2 more. So let's see the inside of this one. Just an elastic closure. I had already put an eyelet on here when I did the original cover, and I just have this in here for now because I'm not sure if I want to add any more ribbons or anything else. It is pretty busy for me on the front cover, so I'm not sure if I want ribbons and things hanging over here. So I like the idea of this, and this is just one of those Tim Holtz elastic closures, and it's just stuck in here. I probably will do something more decorative, but right now this is the temporary closure till I decide what I'm going to do. When you open up the journal, it starts out with some Bow Bunny packaging that I made into a tuck spot, and included in there is a tag. I got this at the Scrapbook Expo 2 years ago. I wasn't able to go this year, but I love the way that the butterflies all kind of match and go together. This designer paper, this is from a paper stash from Paper Studios. I think it's called Tattered Weathered Dream or something of that nature. So that's the background paper here. The majority of the rest of the papers, though, are all from Summer's End. This collection came out last week from Ephemera's Vintage Garden, and I just love it. It's got all of my, sorry, an ambulance is going by. It has all of my earth tones plus a burnt orange, brick red, and teal, and just love that. So you start out, and I have 3. Each signature is made up of a file folder that I created using my envelope punch. And so here's the first signature up top here. It says create, and there's a pocket. This is using the pockets from the collection, and there is just one of the journaling cards from the collection as well, and it's been lace edged, and then there's another one of my little flowers. When you open it up, there on the add-ons, there are index cards in the collection. And what I did was I made a waterfall of the index cards, and these are mounted on index cards that have been coffee and glimmer misted. So it's just a place for you to journal and write. And then it's the collection piece is behind there. And then on this first page, this is some coffee dyed paper. Another one of the birds pages in the collection. You open that up, and here's one of the cutouts, another one of our flowers, and this makes a tuck spot there. Another one of the birdie sheets. You're going to get to see lots of the Summers in collection, so it's a great overview of the collection for you. And I did double print these back to back, so that way there would be pattern paper on both sides. This is from a roll of paper. I went out to the garage on Friday to find some trash bags for work, and this little small roll of craft paper was just sitting there screaming out my name. So I included that in here, and I didn't embellish it, I just wanted it for writing. On this sheet here, this is the other side of that coffee dye paper, there's a pocket that I made out of, these are papers that came out last week as freebies from Ephemera's Vintage Garden, all of them with an autumn theme. And this one here makes a tuck spot there, a little pocket. And this is an envelope as well. It's the center of the signature. So somebody nodding there. And on the back, we have a piece of the pattern paper from the collection. Everything has been, okay, I won't say everything. For the most part, the papers have been edged with some vintage photo. And here's more of that paper. And then again, just some more of the collection, so that you get a pretty good view of the collection, front and back here. It's a piece of coffee dyed paper. Here's one of the tags from the collection. I've made a tuck spot out of the tag, as well as I fussy cut a flower and put it as a corner edge and a tuck spot on the tag. Here's the other side of that paper. And then we have the back of the first signature. It says, yes, I can. Here's another tag. And here's an envelope that I made out of the collection and included one of the journaling spots there. So there's a tuck spot here, as well as this page here also makes a tuck spot. There's another one of the flowers that I made. And then the back of that signature, I was tag and tuck happy, I guess, because I'm pretty sure this is a belly band here, and it too is a tuck spot. So we go into our second signature here. It says remember, and if you think you're seeing double, you are. This piece of paper, this is what happens when you accidentally run the paper through upside down, backwards, whatever it was. Anyway, I got the graph design twice, but I didn't want to throw it away, so I used it here on this folder, file folder, edged with some stash lace. When you open it up, here's a piece of the scrap paper, made a pocket, and here are two journaling spots, and they've been double printed there. And then here's more of the paper. And these are great spots for either journaling or for pictures. Here's some of the graph paper that's included in the collection. So great for notes, note-taking. And again, remember this is the Remember file folder. So here's some of the graph paper, and I just printed it on white cardstock, and it's the center of the signature. So each one I just kind of decorated a little bit with some autumn flavored washi tape, just to give it a little bit of interest. Again, just more places for journaling and writing, since this is the Remember file folder. More graph paper. On the back of this file folder, I have one of the glassine envelopes. This is that Tim Holtz line. I forget if it's Civic Ranger. Anyway, this is an envelope. And in here I've tucked a tag, and this is from an EVG freebie from about 6 weeks ago. I really liked it. I printed it on cardstock, on craft paper. Just liked the deep color there. So there's a little tuck spot there. And this is another one of the printables from the collection. So we go into the third signature, and again, like I said, I was pretty aggressive, so I made like 7 holes in the spine. I'm not sure why just for the pamphlet stitch, it's definitely, these are in there with the 5. So since I had the 2 extra holes at the top and the bottom, I went on ahead and put another one of these elastic bands in through the top 2 holes. So what's neat about this section is called Grateful. So it's just a gratitude journal, and you can, like most foul dories or whatever, I'm not really into those, but I thought this would be a perfect use of those extra holes. This whole journal can come out, and it's pretty simple and plain. There's a piece of the design paper there, but I took and got more of that paper just for writing. So it's just really meant to be a place to mark what you're grateful for. And the back of that file folder and signature, there's a pocket space here, and I just have one of the tags from the collection there. And then the back is plain. And then on the back page of the journal, this is a piece of Prima packaging, and I cut it, rounded the corners, and glued it on the 3 sides, making a pocket. So here are some more of the journaling spots from Summer's End. Back, and quick closes, and voila! That is Hello Autumn. So I hope you enjoyed the share. I really enjoyed making it. It was part of my Finish It Friday. I'm going to, although So Good All challenge is over, I'm still using Fridays as my day to complete those projects that are mostly done but not finished. So hope everyone has a crafty, scrappy week, and we will see you soon. Bye.